Legal disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use takes the balance in favor of fair use. With that being said, I do not claim ownership of any copyright material featured in my videos. I also don't make these videos with the intention of profiting off of them.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left. Yes! Thank you! Or should I say no thank you?
What's happening, y'all? So, the Nintendo GameCube. I love it. You love it. Unless you're one of the oddballs.
The Nintendo shit cube!
In the retro gaming community, you know. Most of the discussion around the Nintendo GameCube is regarded in legend, and of course, that's in due part to the legendary library of the Nintendo GameCube. And recently, having gotten back into the scene with a modded Wii, I've fallen back in love with that library. One of the standouts that I've been falling back in love with from out of my collection is this gem right here, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Beautiful, beautiful game. But unfortunately, an aspect that most of us aren't really willing to admit about Wind Waker, especially revisiting it after playing so much modern Zelda, is that the camera is kind of a two-pack of ass. You know, I don't want to be so harsh, but it's one of the aspects that honestly makes Wind Waker a hard one to go back to for most people. And today, I'm going to show you guys a way to fix that. Now, unfortunately, going into this, I need to get out a disclaimer here that this will not work on Virgin hardware. So if you're expecting to have your original disc on hand and do this all willy-nilly on your console with no mods, sorry man, hate to break it to you. So you can do this on a Wii, a Wii U, or a GameCube, provided you have ways to load ROMs onto it via, you know, Nintendont for the Wii and the Wii U. Or if you're using a GameCube, I'm pretty sure there's a thing called Swiss that allows you to load up ISOs off of an SD card. And when I say Wii U, I'm not trying to clickbait y'all. This is doable on a Wii U, right? If you have the backwards compatible Wii within the Wii U hacked, you can follow along. But this isn't doable in the remake that was made for the Wii U. So sorry if you came for that. I'm not sure if there's a fix for that, if that's still a problem in the Wii U remake, but just getting that out there so that I don't have an angry mob of people, you know, claiming I clickbaited them or somehow trying this on a Wii U version and not having it work. I don't think it'll make your Wii U explode if you try this on your Wii U.
Oh man.
Just the programs you need to get this up and running won't work on the Wii U version, because it's specifically made for like the old GameCube version. And I guess before we get into it, what this program really is I think it's originally intended to be a randomizer. I think you can use a randomizer on top of this though, but it's basically like a program that allows you to toggle certain quality of life changes. And I'm going to show you guys how to use that to fix the camera. So with all that jibber jabber out of the way, let's get into it. So I've got this page here linked in the description, but what you're going to want to do is hit up this GitHub project called Better Wind Waker. And all you're going to want to do is scroll down, just know what version of Windows you have. If you have the 32-bit one, or I guess the x86 one, you got to download this one. If you got the 64 Windows, and download this thingy. Bang. So once the file finishes downloading, I'm just going to plop this into my ROMs folder here. You'll end up with this doodad here called betterww.zip. Open it up, extract this bitch up, delete the zip, I guess, because we don't need that anymore. So if you're kind of confused here, I've got this put in my folder with the rest of my GameCube ROMs, so bear with me. So y'all watching this have probably been in the retro gaming scene for long enough to know the rules of the house for this part. For legal reasons, I can't help out, you know, in acquiring a copy of Wind Waker itself to use in the tutorial, because if I spread around ROM sites all over the description and whatnot, Nintendo's gonna see that as me helping out distributing illegal copies of their games, and they're gonna come after me if I do that. You know, no matter how large or small of an audience I have. And I guess on that page as well, I don't want to contribute to the downfall of any ROM sites, because if Nintendo catches wind of them through my videos, again by just some happenstance, that could be the whistle being blown in their direction that leads to Nintendo coming down and unleashing their legal wrath on, you know, ROM site XYZ. And it's important that we keep these ROM sites' preservation in mind, because safe ROM sites are starting to die out. Nintendo's been going after so many of them. Now, of course, when it comes to the goodiest of goody two-shoes route you could go down here, I think if you have a modded Wii and a copy of the game, like a disc, you can rip the game to an SD card and then you'll be ready to go. But either way, what I'm trying to get at here is that I can't help you out when it comes to acquiring a copy of the game to use for this tutorial. You'll have to do that yourself. But since this does involve using a ROM of the game, I should have mentioned as well in the opening that if you're willing to use this on Dolphin Emulator and go down that route, you can with this. But open this up. There we go. So you get this. What you're going to want to do is find your folder with your game in it. Now again, I've put this in my folder with all my GameCube ROMs. So I'll just scroll into my copy of Wind Waker real quick. I don't think the name of the ISO matters. Mine is just called game.iso because I'm going to load this up with Nintendont on my Wii after this. And choose a place you want the game to be stored when you're done. I guess this folder will do as well. And then you can change the ISO to be named whatever you like. I'm just going to call this Wind Waker Test for the time being. And then, of course, once I'm finished the test and ready to put this on my Wii, I'll rename this game.iso again, and then I'll show you how this runs on real hardware. So what you're going to want to do now is scroll down through this menu. You can choose various different things. You can install HD textures. You could change the speed of the ship. I'm going to keep it normal because I want to keep the game mostly vanilla. Just the only thing I want to change is the camera, right? Because that's the nagging issue of the day here. And we're going to want to scroll down until we find the camera inverse. There it is. Bang! Invert the camera. And apply the patch. This will just take a bit to render and save it. Bang! She's done. See you guys on my Wii. As you guys can see here, before we jump into the Wii actually, to test out what the vanilla camera controls look like, I've got a version popped up here on Dolphin Emulator. This one's actually the version of Wind Waker that's included as a demo disc with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in the Collector's Edition. I have a POV of my controller inputs. It's getting dark out, so I made sure to use my Metal Mario controller to make it stick out from the dark. But as you can see, when I go left, it moves right, and when I move right, it moves left. The vanilla camera controls are very wonky and disorienting, as you guys can see. Welcome to my homebrewed Wii. As you can see, it pops up as a channel on USB Loader GX. Also, here we are back on Outset Island. I should hurry up because I'm making Link stare off into space. But as you can see, we've got a second camera in my thighs here, panned on my inputs made to the GameCube controller, so let's get into it. Left swoosh. Look at that. Right swoosh. Swooshes as all swooshes should be. There you have it, folks. That's how to play Wind Waker with a proper camera. Now, I know it sucks that you can't do this on, like, completely clean vanilla hardware. I think you can if you have, like, an action replay, but, you know, this is just a little bit more convenient, I'd say, than getting a hold of an action replay, especially in this day and age with how scalpers have gotten their hands on them. But, yeah. Just a quick note, I guess, before we end this off. There were a few changes I left checked by default on the little testing ROM I used, such as skipping the intro cutscene, but you can toggle those off if you'd like. I went back and made a fix to enable the cutscene back up again so that, you know, we can actually have the whole experience whenever I decide to do a playthrough of Wind Waker with y'all. But yeah, for now that's a wrap. If you guys like this video, y'all know what's up. If you like this video, it'd be cool if you guys leave a like on the video, comment down below what you thought of the video, and if you're feeling cool, it would be very cool of you to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be way cool, check out my socials in the description down below. Ciao, y'all. Have an awesome rest of your day.